Hey, hey, it's me. Sitting outside in my backyard, nightcap, having a nightcap, thinking about the day. I know it's kind of dark. I hope y'all can see me. But just thinking about my day. And I just thought I'd get on here and share for a minute. And I just want to tell you that if you love somebody, if you love, you sacrifice. Love doesn't talk. Love assigns worth and governs itself accordingly. That's what love does. It assigns worth and governs itself accordingly. So when you get a chance to love, when you get a chance to show it, be the person of love that you want to see in your own life. Whatever it is, whatever expression of love you want to see, oop, big dog next door. Whatever expression of love you want to see, you want to feel, you want to experience in your life, be that. Be it in the world. Be it for somebody. Be it. And if you become it, then the sacrifice of it will show itself. When that sacrifice shows itself, then it makes you, it can make you look at what you've received in the past that has been called love, that you've been told was love, but no sacrifice was made. Jesus sacrificed his life for love. He gave all he had. Love requires a sacrifice. It's required. And until you sacrifice, then you haven't loved in a full capacity. Maybe you've had a strong like, or maybe you've had, I don't know, something else. Maybe you've had a shadow of love. I just made that up just now. But without sacrifice, love has not been fully realized. There is always going to be a challenge when you decide to love. There's always going to be a challenge that, you know, something's going to tell you that it's too much, or that you're doing too much. Or maybe someone will tell you that you're doing too much. You don't need to do all that. You know, that can be true at times, you know. Depends on what the motive is. Depends on what the intention is. And sometimes it takes us a while to get to what the actual intention is. Sometimes we don't realize what our motives are, what our intents are. Sometimes we're doing things to say that we love somebody, but in fact it's not for the other person. It's because you want something from them, and you may not realize it. I've been there, and I've done it, and I did realize it. But I thought that my showing love would make that be reciprocal, and that was not the case. So our intention and our motive, you know, has to be pure in order for that sacrifice to be pure. Yeah. Love has to sacrifice. Somebody just popped on. I don't know who. I can't see who it is. It's dark out here. Hey, whoever that is that Melissa? I can't see. It's dark outside. I can't see who it is. I think that's Melissa. Hey, sweet baby. Look, it's dark out here and I don't have on no glasses. I can just see like the outline of the picture up there. Hey. Yeah, I'm just on here for a minute doing a little pour before I turn in, having my nighttime tea, doing a little pour. But yeah, but love sacrifices. Don't you agree, Melissa? Love sacrifices. And until a sacrifice is made, love is not full. It's not full. And so something that I'm walking through right now is so surreal, and it is so it's so beautifully painful. It's so beautifully painful that I find to this day I have laughed, I have cried. Wait, no, I have cried. I have been mad. I have been relieved, and now I'm joyful. I'm tired. That's a lot. I'm all that in one day because of love. Yeah, beautifully painful. Beautifully painful. Beautifully painful. Yeah, because I have to watch someone that I love go through the hardest fight of life. And I've been there in the hardest fight of life. And so to have to watch it and know both sides of it, and to have to manage it and manage people in it. And yeah, it's beautifully painful, but I'm built for it. I'm built for it because the last 17 years of my life has taught me love in a different way. It's taught me love in a capacity that I knew not of before. So I'm grateful. So, yeah. So when you get a chance to be love, don't just show it. Don't just show it. Be it. Be it and become it. When you become it, then nothing stops you. When you're on that mission, nothing can stop you. And God will give you the grace and the anointing to flow in it when it's Him. He'll give it to you. And you'll be able to do things that you never thought you could do. Right now, I'm doing it. I can hardly believe it. In and of myself, as my grandmother would say, in and of myself, this is not, what I'm doing is not possible. It's not possible. But when love shows up, and God is in it, He'll undergird you. He'll undergird you and make you hold that situation like butter. You'll hold it like butter, because that's what love does. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Love assigns worth and governs itself accordingly. That's what I want you to know tonight. Love assigns worth and governs itself accordingly. And at any moment, you can make a decision to be what you want to experience, what you want to see in the world. You can be it. Be it. So be love. Be love and pay the price. Be love. That's what Jesus did. And so the same things that he did, we are also required. We're also required. We can't, not on the scale that he did it, of course, but we're required to do the same things that he did. So let's sacrifice for love. Stop talking about it and let's be it. All right. Walk wounded. Walk wounded. Walk through those wounded places where you've been hurt by love. Don't stay in the hurt. Walk that wound out. And make that hurt that you've experienced in the past, make that hurt be your fuel to do it differently, to be different, to give it to somebody else differently. Walk through that wound. Walk through it. And give that prize to somebody else. Give that prize of you walking through that wounded hurt by love. Give somebody else that prize of you walking through it. And then you win. It's always that way. You can always walk through it. Walk through that wound. That wounded spot. Walk through it. Walk through it. Give somebody else that prize because you know that hurt. So don't pass the hurt. Don't pass it. Sit with yourself. Get clear about that hurt so that you can in turn that thing around and you can pass the right thing to somebody else. Don't pass that hurt along. Deal with yourself with that hurt. Deal with yourself with it. Don't give it to somebody else. And until you can deal with yourself with it, stay away from folk. Just lock yourself up, boo. Just lock yourself down. Don't say hi and bye and don't say nothing else. Quit spewing your foolishness over on other people because you hurt. Don't spew that out. I'm talking to myself too. That's all of us. Don't spew that hurt out. Deal with yourself with that hurt. Walk through that wound. Give somebody the prize so that you can be healed. And you win. You win. A lot of times you can't get healed. You can't get healed until you can turn that wound around. And you can give it. You can give the other side of the wound. You can give the healed part to somebody else. When you give that healed version, when you give it away, you win. You win. That's when you know you're healed for real. That's when you know it. That's when you know it. You can talk about it and you can think that you are, but something will come along to touch that scab, and you'll find out. You'll find out if you're healed or not. But don't be afraid of it. Walk through it. We all have them. We all have these wounds from love. We all have a wound somewhere from love. But we also all have the opportunity to pass the healing along from that love, from that wound. We can turn that wound around and we can pass that along. Pass it along. Pay that sacrifice for love. Pay that sacrifice. Pay it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Pay that sacrifice and be the love that you want to see in the world. Be the love that you want to experience, and I promise it'll come back. It'll come back. Where you least expect, sometimes it'll come back. You don't have to look for it in a particular place. It'll come back. Sowing and reaping is a law. It's a law. It's a scripture. but it's a law. So it works for everybody. You can love Jesus or not love Jesus, and it works. Sowing and reaping works. Because it's a law. It's not predicated on salvation. Now, we sow and reap differently in salvation, yes. But it's a law. So what you put out there, when you sow the essence of love. I'm not talking about this, oh, I love you, you know, this little haphazard, this little cavalier stuff that we do. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about loving somebody till it costs you something, till you gotta pay a price that don't belong to you. That's what I'm talking about. Where you gotta pay for something that is not yours. But you gotta pay for it. That's what I'm talking about. Pay that price. Sacrifice for love. Sacrifice. It pays for itself. It pays for itself. Jesus sacrificed his life. Look at this fly or something trying to get on my camera. Jesus sacrificed his life, and so we have to do the same. We have to do the same. Your life is not yours. This life does not belong to me. It's mine to manage. It's mine to manage, but it's not mine to keep. It's mine to give. It's to give. All right. So let's love, y'all. Let's love. Let's learn how to do it. Let's learn how to do it and walk it out. All right. Love assigns value, and it governs itself accordingly. You don't tell somebody that you know what they're worth with your mouth. We say, you know, Lord, you're worthy. Lord, you're worthy. Well, your life don't say you're worthy, boo. If your life ain't doing nothing, then you just talking. Worth has value. It has value. And so we have to walk in that way. When you love somebody, you assign worth, and then you govern yourself accordingly. Hey, Chandra. Hey, Tamra. Hey, Crystal. Hey, y'all. We govern ourselves accordingly. So let's do this. Let's love. Let's love fully. Let's love fully and completely. Let's love fully and completely. And learn how to be the people that we want to see in this world. Stop looking for it and just be it. Stop looking for it. Stop looking for it and be it. All right? That's it. I just wanted to talk for a minute. I'm sitting here thinking about my day and needed to woosah a little bit before I turn in for the night. I love y'all. Don't forget, walk wounded and win healed. Everything. Crystal, Tamra, Chandra, Melissa, everything attached to me. Hey, Miss Linda. Everything attached to me wins. Because I'm going to always pour something out to help you to win. I'm going to always pour to help you to win in whatever position you need to win in. Okay? I love y'all. Have a good night. God bless.